Hello and welcome back to Dragon Quest Walk Tutorials. I am Koitsujizi, and in this video we are actually going to do a weapon and soul breakdown. So this is actually going to be for the Blade of Destruction. So I've gone over it before in other videos when I actually first got it, but I never really did a breakdown of this particular weapon, so I would like to do that within this video. And I'm also going to be breaking down a soul. I did talk about it before. It's going to be this one right here, the killer armor. So there is something I want to go over in it with one of the abilities that you actually get from this particular sword, so or this soul. So here I want to get right into it. So first things first is okay, so now that we're in battle, one thing I do want to actually mention is that there's actually been a new update. I believe this is going to be update 2.25. So if you go to your skills, if you go to one of your skills and you try to select an enemy, it's actually going to show you what enemies, how the enemies are going to receive the attack. So for example, now that I chose this one, the Hagure, pretty much Thunderstrike, so it shows you the resistances to that. So these first three enemies are going to be highly weak to it, while this one is just going to be normally weak to it. So this is actually going to be a good feature in the game, so you can actually see what abilities actually will work well against other enemies. So, but what I really want to focus on in this video is going to be the Blade of Destruction. So here I go to my Paladin. So with my Paladin right here, the first skill that you're going to have with the Blade of Destruction is going to be Morobagiri. So this is going to be a double-edged strike. So what it does is that it does 200% weapon damage to one enemy, but you also do damage to yourself. So pretty much like this. So I did about 637 damage, but I also took in 127, I believe. So yeah, that was Morobagiri. So the next skill that you're going to see is going to be right here. This is going to be Majingiri. So what this does is actually an attack that actually fails quite easily. But what it does critical hit damage, weapon damage to one enemy. But this particular attack only has a 30% chance of success. So like this. So actually, in that case, with the first attack, I actually got a hit. So actually, that worked out quite well, since it's only 30% chance of success. But going to the next move. Okay, so again with my Paladin, the next move that I want to go over is going to be right here. This is going to be Blade Guard. So this is going to be a support ability. So what it does is that firmly holding your sword, it increases your guard rate quite a bit. So like this. So this is going to be somewhat similar to Big Shield, which some of the other shield weapons actually do have. And then right there, you saw that I actually guarded, so that actually did work out quite well. So I'm going to move on to the next ability. So right here, this is going to be Falcon of Destruction. So what this does, it actually does, I've gone over it before, it does 190% Jibadia weapon damage 2 times to one enemy, but it also has a chance of lowering your HP. So this weapon is cursed, so like this. So in that case, it didn't lower my HP, so it's actually a random effect. Okay, then again, back with my paladin. So the last particular skill, or one of the last, is going to be this cutting light of destruction. So this does 300% Jabadia weapon damage to all enemies. But since this is a cursed weapon, it's actually going to lower my MP sometimes. So let's see what happens here. Okay, that time it did not lower my MP, but usually if it does, it will lower it by 15. And then for the Falcon of Destruction, it usually lowers about 110, 20 of your HP. Okay, so I finished all of the Blade of Destruction attacks, or abilities. So the other ability I want to go over is going to be for the Killer Armor. So the Killer Armor actually, if you remember from just your regular attacks with it, or even in Quest 9, Killer Armor had an ability right here called Kingdom Sword. So what this does is that it's a sword technique that does 200% weapon damage to all enemies, and has a chance of lowering their defense, so like this. So in that case, it looks like it didn't lower any of the defenses of the enemies, but I have to check and see. No, it did not, but I want to try it again. Okay, so again, with Kingdom Sword, 210% weapon damage to all enemies with the chance of lowering the defenses like this. And in this case, the Blood Mummy's defenses was lowered, so you can see it right here. Right there. So, that's actually a pretty good ability to have on. I thought it would do Jabadia damage since it does kind of like attack the earth, but it's just weapon damage. But, yeah, that's going to be everything for the Blade of Destruction abilities, and also the ability Kingdom Sword from the Killer Armor Soul. So I just want to finish off this battle real quick, which should be no problem. And like that. So yeah, so that was all the abilities of the Blade of Destruction right here. So this weapon actually has been very helpful, especially in the Israel Hokura battle. So I'm actually able to take, sometimes I can take him out within like 4 rounds. It's actually really crazy how good this weapon is against him, and all of my other Jabaria weapons. But yeah, so the Double Edge Strike, the Demon Strike, those are all pretty good. Also the Blade Guard is also very good support ability for increasing your guard rate. Then of course Falcon of Destruction, Cutting Light of Destruction, those things actually work out quite well in battles as well, especially again the Israel battle. So yep, and then also with souls, so the Killer Armor Soul has really good HP, plus 137, gives you good agility and dexterity, and then like I said, gives you Kingdom Sword, which does the 210% weapon damage to all enemies with a chance of lowering their defenses. So this soul actually is pretty helpful. Again, also plus 7% to weapon and physical technique damage, and plus 7% to Jabadia weapon and physical technique damage. So definitely a weapon that, or soul that you should have on. So with that said, I'm going to end this video here. So that's going to be my explanation for the Blade of Destruction. So thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you would like to see more, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.